By watching these team MMA fights, we see some natural group behaviour of how people fight in the street. We're talking about gang or group fighting. So keep watching. Let's give you a little bit of background into it, Jack. If one person gets knocked out of the fight, then they carry on fighting with less members.
Okay, yeah, so
Right.
it's literally like you're trying to get rid of each team's players.
And it is MMA, so it's MMA rules.
Okay.
And they're referees as well.
I was going to say, there are referees checking in on the insanity of the situation.
Right, so first of all, we have London versus Latvia.
So wait, we've got England in red, Latvia in blue,
Yes.
just so I can keep track of the
Yeah,
chaos.
and it's just chaos straight away
Immediately.
with...
There's already two guys on one guy over in the far corner.
And that's what I was saying to you.
How's he already outnumbered?
Which is quite naturalistic, right?
I can imagine, but how's he already outnumbered? There should be an even number
Well, look
of
in
people.
the far corner, you see, oh yeah, so they can submit, they can tap, which is one of the things I was
choked him out
mentioning.
right away.
But I don't know where my eyes are looking. Imagine...
It's a very
So Latvia,
difficult
look, 2 on
sport.
1. You see this? Look.
Yeah.
So he's pulled him down. He's soccer kicking him again. He's holding him, which is quite a common tactic. You do get that in a lot of
I
gang
imagine
fights.
in a real
Look,
fight, if two people
one
are
guy,
on you,
yeah. So he'll grab hold of you basically
the
and start
kicks he's
hitting you.
delivering are kind of like, oh, for God's sake, get up. He's not even really giving him
Look,
his
he's
best
going to
fight.
armbar him. He's holding him now, and he's armbarring him.
Whilst someone else is holding the rest of his body, he's
Can you
armbarring.
imagine that?
Oh, it's a full backwards armbar as well. That looks so
That
uncomfortable.
actually, that was a full extension.
People
That
are
looked painful.
appearing out of nowhere, though, because there's another guy on the floor.
Well, it's a bit like your Saturday night in a pub. Look, our London lads should be used to this.
They're
going
letting
down the
us
pub.
down severely. There is still a full Latvian team, and
And that
no
was over.
Londoners.
That was quick.
very quick. Just for the cameramen, it must be difficult.
Yeah, I mean,
PFC from Riga, Latvia.
I give a bow there.
So this is peak submission from NYC USA against the previous champions, Sandar PFC.
So the Brits are out, the Yanks are in.
Yeah. And now they
So we did a bad job.
yeah, we did not represent our nation well. But I'm worried because peak submission tells me they're very submission heavy, which is great. I just don't know if they're going to have a chance to affect that skill
Sandar boys.
in the madness that Sandar already unleashed.
But they've got a real team tactic, though. The Latvian team, they've got this grab hold of, and then punch. Then they're doing like a 2-on-1 tactic.
Yeah.
One restrains and controls, and the other one basically just punishes.
The thing that surprised me from the last fight was that I thought all five would run to their corresponding partner, but they didn't. There was an instant like mix
2-on-1.
up.
Yeah.
They ran straight
But that's the
away
best
to try and
tactic.
get them out immediately.
But if you were in a street fight, that would be the best tactic.
Yeah.
You just go 2-on-1
quick, get him gone, and then
go to someone else. That's what I would do straight away if it was me and my friends.
That's why at the end of the fight, the Latvians had their whole team, didn't they?
Yeah, because there's a strategy to this.
There
You
was
can't,
no
you can't go
time.
1-on-1. You've got to go 2-on-1. Definitely pair
Right.
off, leave someone straggling, and if you can do one guy who can even draw two people off, it's even easier.
Yeah.
That's something you can do in a street fight.
They almost look like they're stood in twos already. The Latvians look very close. These two.
Yeah,
Well, they have gone kind of 1-on-1 here though. Immediately, just to show
oh, that
us
was a
something.
nice guillotine. Look, take down. He's got a tap. So now all he needs to do is jump up, and look, you see it in the corner. He's gone. He's gone literally the two.
Yeah,
the
from one
2-on-1
to the
again.
other, yeah. I mean, imagine being from peak submission
No.
and getting tapped out.
Now you got those two guys. You see, look, 2-on-1 again.
Yeah.
So it's basically 2-on-1, more or less.
Raining down punches while the other guy's trying to choke you out.
But this is quite a clever tactic that they're doing. As I said, if you were in a group of people and you wanted to defend yourself, then if you could pair off and then isolate one person in another group.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense because you've already got the advantage right away. If there's two of you, it's not this, who's going to win the one-on-one fight? Look, he's pulling his legs out while the other guy's pulling his neck.
Yeah.
You're taking the guy apart, literally, and it just leaves someone with such a reduced chance of surviving.
But if I had a good team, what I would do is I would have
4-on-1.
4-on-1. But if I would put my best fighter out to see if he could draw out two of their fighters.
Okay.
So then basically that would leave, my maths isn't great, 3, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Basically. And then you can have your other 4 jump those 3.
These Latvians are very thorough and efficient.
Yeah, because they've got a team tactic.
Yeah, they
you can
take
see the
apart the
tactic,
other
the
team.
reason why. Whereas I think with the Brits and the Americans, what they did was they tried to do 1-on-1.
Yeah, do you think it was coming from like an individual mentality, like I'm going to fight this guy, whereas the Latvians are like, we are going to fight them all and
exactly.
get rid of them.
But that's the difference between an individual team sport where you've got two guys used to fighting one-on-one versus people that are used to fighting in a group. You go out with your mates and you're used to having scraps in a group, you'll see the similar sort of team tactics of people actually scrapping with each other. This is going to be a good one. Russian.
Barbarians from Russia.
And let's meet second team for the fight number 5.
The second
It's
team,
big
fight number
submission,
5.
New York, United States of America.
But it is a common tactic, really. I mean, there's only one way to do this, and that is essentially team up. And this is the problem when you're training individual.
One-on-one. Yeah, you can't go it alone in this instance.
You don't know, exactly. But
before
what
you
fight,
know it, you're going to have 2 of their guys on you, and you're focused on just fighting one of them. You need to be. If you were in a pair, you're safer immediately, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. But what real fight in the real world are you ever going one-on-one when you're in a group of people anyway?
People are people are often alone, but in a fight, you're used to seeing people who have got mates with them. Usually, that's what makes them confident enough to start a fight. So you might be on your own, but you're unlikely to be facing someone who's on their own.
Precisely, and this is the point. But it's the same. Like I said, it's a naturalistic tactic. It's amazing how people fight naturally, without any pre-training and coordination.
We're animals at the end of the day, aren't we?
Pack animals.
We go straight to instinct.
Yeah. So they're all touch gloves, so they're stepping back on this before the mayhem and chaos starts.
And protect yourself.
How can you protect yourself all the time?
I like it though. Right? Protect yourself all the time. Don't forget that.
Russian lads are quite tough though. They are hardy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what goes on here. Again, whether the Russians have that similar idea to the Latvians or...
Yeah, so 2 of them, you look on the far right.
Straight away, look, you've got this group idea.
And that's the way it works. Look, soccer kick. But you'd at least have one guy fending off, because we've done this tactic in the academy, in training groups. And usually what I've taught them to do is that you would have one guy that will try to draw off the other. So they do take a bit of a kicking, but that's how you get your paralytic guy out, the safe guy out.
Absolutely. You've almost got to be the human shield, unfortunately, for you.
One person's got to try to take on 2 or 3 people.
This is a lot more submission-based than the last fight. The Latvians didn't let themselves get taken to the ground, whereas the Russians seem to be, on the defence.
Yeah, see, this isn't... I wouldn't say... This wouldn't be what I would term as a team fight, because they're all fighting individually.
They're just grappling one-on-one, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it can very quickly change. When one of them taps one out...
Yeah, then you're going to get the 2-on-1.
Suddenly you've got your 2-on-1...
If you'd started that in the first place, though, as I said, paired off, you said, right, you 2 go and get that guy, you 2 go and get that guy, and I'll try and take the other 3 on my own.
Interestingly as well, it is clearly quite... Oh, that rear naked choke is so... Yeah,
tight,
so harsh there. He's out, that's it. One of the Russians is gone.
One Russian,
so now we've got 2 peaks of...
he's literally been kicked out.
Oh, no, look, one guy's been dragged off semi-conscious. So you've now got 5-on-1. Yeah, see, it very quickly declines, doesn't it? From being like everyone's in their own fights to if all those fights quickly end.
He's tapped.
Yeah, all these guys are in on one dude. That's how peak submission got through to face the Latvians.
Yeah, well, the Yanks did quite well on that one.
Yeah, they really did.
Having said that,
like you say, it was all a lot of individual grappling until such time that one person got tapped out, and then it became, 4, 3, 2, and you're only going one person.
Yeah.
5.
I still think it's the wrong tactic, though.
Yeah,
I think they took the wrong... I mean, I know they won, and it's easy to say when people win.
If you watch what the Latvians have done 2 times already, it's the blitz.
And they won the final.
And they also won more quickly, I would say, very efficiently. Pleased with themselves.
So, what did we learn? What's the takeaway?
For me, having never seen this before, I would have to say that you're right. It's about trying to use some sort of system in play here. And
my only takeaway from this is that it's a little bit sport orientated at times. 1-on-1 is a sport orientation, whereas if it was a proper scrap, then 2, 3, 1, you'd have a tactic before you go in, and that's the difference between the Latvians.
Yeah, and they really had a good system.
Yeah, they did. But I've run that system for over 30 years now. I've been training this exercise for 30 years with people, and I've seen hundreds of people go through it.
Okay.
And the pattern of behaviour is always the same.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
That's interesting.
Right, hopefully that's been fun. We had a laugh anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.